Big friend, little friend. Hatun amigo, Uchuy amigo. A story for English and Quechua learners. Yacuy, English yachakukunapaj, Runasimi yachakukunapajpas. Filmed in the mountains of Ayacucho, Peru. Ayacucho, Peru, or Hokunapi Filmasja. Fred and Ted were friends. Fred, Ted one, amigo kuno karja. Fred was big. Fred hatun karja. Ted was little. Ted Uchuy chakarja. Fred always had money. Fred hol hisapa karja. Ted never had a cent. Ted mana hol heyoch karja. When they walked in the rain, Fred got wet. Parapi purikuptinku, Fred nuyukurja. But Ted stayed dry. Tedja chakiyarja. They both liked music. Iskaininku takita munarjaku. Fred played the flute. Fredja kinata wahachirja. Ted played the harp. Tedja arpata wahachirja. They always had lunch together. Sapakuti kuskaya mikurjaku. Fred ate lettuce. Fredja lichugata mikurja. And Ted ate tomatoes. Tedjatach tumatita mikurja. When they painted their house, Ted used red paint. Wasinta pintaptinku, Tedja puka pintanawan pintarja. And Fred used green paint. Fredja homer pintanawan pintarja. One day, Ted and Fred went out to the lake. Hokpunchao, Ted, Fred one, hochaman yoksirjaku. Fred walked fast. Fredja udhaya porirja. Ted walked slowly. Tedja agimanta porirja. When they got to the lake, Ted read all day long. Hochaman chayamuptinku, Tedja nyawicharja punchao nintin. And Fred wrote all day long. Fredja heljarja punchao nintin. At night time, they went back into town very tired. Tutayaptin pisipas hayachtaman kutimurhaku. Look, said Fred, a small hotel. Hawaii kui, nirja Fred, hukutilcha. Fred got a room upstairs. Fredja hanaipi punyunaman rirja. Ted got a room downstairs. Tedja uraypi punyunaman rirja. Good night, Fred, sleep well, said Ted. Bajarin kama, Fred, ainta punyuikoy, nirja Ted. Good night, Ted, sleep well, said Fred. Bajarin kama, Ted, ainta punyuikoy, nirja Fred. But they did not sleep well. Ichaja mana ayintachu punyorjaku. Upstairs, Fred tossed and turned and couldn't get to sleep. Hanaipi, Fred rapapaparja tikrakurja manatach punyuita atirjachu. And downstairs, Ted moaned and groaned and couldn't get to sleep. Uraypi, Ted wahakurja kihakurja manatach punyuita atirjachu. In the morning, Fred called on the phone. Achikyaptin, Fred tilifunawan hayarja. My head hurts, said Ted to Fred. May nanawachkan, nirja Ted Fredman. My head hurts too, said Fred to Ted. Let's go out for a walk. Nyohapo maipas nanawachkan, nirja Fred Tedman. Puririkusunchik. They walked uphill. Hanaiman purirhaku. They walked downhill. Urayman purirhaku. They talked about big things. Hatun kunamanta rimakurhaku. They talked about little things. Uchuy kunamanta rimakurhaku. Did you sleep last night, Ted? Asked Fred. Chisi punyurankichu, Ted? Tapurha Fred. I didn't sleep at all, said Ted to Fred. Ima tapas punyurhanichu, Fredman mirja Ted. My bed is too little. Yumpa Uchuy mi punyunay kasja. My bed is too big. Yumpay Hatun mi punyunay kasja. What should we do, Ted? Imatatahruasun, Ted. I don't know, Fred. Mana yachanichu, Fred. I know what to do, said the parrot. Nyohaha yachani, nirha wechrucha. Just switch rooms. Ted should sleep upstairs and Fred should sleep downstairs. Punyunay kichikta, kambia kuyaychik, terja, hanaypi punyunman, frerja, uraypi punyunman. She's right, said Fred. China Miki, nirja Fred. Back to bed, yelled Ted. Punyunaman, nispahayarja Ted. Back to bed, yelled Fred. Punyunaman, nispahayarja Fred. I'm going upstairs, yelled Ted. Nyohaha hanayman risach, nispahayarja Ted. I'm going downstairs, yelled Fred. Nyohaha urayman risach, nispahayarja Fred. Ted jumped into the little tiny bed upstairs. Tedja uchuy hanaypi punyunaman bawarja. And Fred jumped into the big, huge bed downstairs. Frerja hatun uraypi punyunaman bawarja. Ted slept all day long in the little tiny cozy bed. Ted uchuy punyunapi punchaw nintin miskita punyurja. And Fred slept all day long in the big, huge, cozy bed. Fred hatun punyunapi punchaw ninta miskita punyurja. Well, that was easy to fix. Ayin mi fácil chaya chaita ayicharjaniku. Big people need big beds. Hatun punyunakuna, hatun runakuna pachmiki. And little people need little beds. Uchuy chapunyunachakunata, uchuy runachakuna pachmi. Why make a big deal out of little problems? Imanas hataq uchuy sasachakuy, hatun sasachakuy mantikray. The end. Tukurunyam.